Call this meeting to order. Please rise. Salute the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Fox.
Here.
Mrs. Fascio. Here. Mr. Ranieri.
Here.
Mrs. Moore. Mr. Fowler.
Here.
Mrs. Kelly. Here. Ms. Hodges. Mr. Bayshore. Here. Mr. White.
Mr. Ray, public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act as begin by the clerk in the following manner. One, it was posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Clerk's office on July 10, 2015. And two, is emailed to the retrospect on July 10, 2015. We have the approval of the minutes. The motion is in order for the approval of the minutes of the June 24th and July 7th meetings as submitted by the clerk, as each member has received copies of this. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion. You know what, we'll stop right there then. I think we're going to stop right here. We have a special guest here this evening. He does show up to all of our meetings, which I give him a lot of credit for coming to all these meetings. So tonight we're going to honor one of Runnemede's best. So Mr. Daly, Chief Daly, could you please come up? Members of council, you're all invited to come up since there's only where is it? You know, we don't do this enough recognizing you, as you're aware, but we're trying to make changes. So this is a change we're going to try to do, recognizing all of you who are a big part of this town. Council? Okay. Chief Paul Daly, recognition for your 25 years of continued service. You have exemplified the character, traits of devotion to duty, brotherly love to your officers, sincerity of purpose, and genuine concern for all. Thank you for providing significant service to the Borough of Runnemede. Mayor and Council.
Thanks very much. Thank you so much.
Made everybody show up? Speak.
Yes. I want to take this time to thank everybody, especially my police officers, which I have been blessed with the best police department in the state of New Jersey. We are small, we're very efficient. As the chief of police, if it wasn't for these men, they make me look good. And I want to say thank you to all of you. You've done a great job. And Chief Leeson, 25 years ago, you took a chance on me, and I'll be eternally grateful for what you did.
Go sit on it, Paul.
Thanks, guys.
This is my niece, Christina. She's the chief's wife. Hi, how are you? She's from,
I know.
Now back to work.
Is that a fancy one?
Oh, the buildings. Is that what this is?
With the fancy cover?
I'll put it in my office. Oh, I got something.
You staying here?
She's very disruptive. She has to leave.
Have one in three.
This is my job, pushing her out the door.
Right up
Amen. Okay, we'll get back to the normal order of business. Reports.
We have a report of the construction official for the month of July. So $9,610 was collected for various construction permits, COs, sign permits, et cetera. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the police department for the month of July. A total of $129.05 was collected for accident discovery, solicitor reports, and firearm permits. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the borough clerk for the month of July. A total of $6,014.60 was collected for various permits and licenses, including pet licenses. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the municipal court for the month of June. A total of $12,256.99 was collected in fines. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the registrar of vital statistics for the month of July. A total of $4,034 was collected for death copies, marriage copies, and marriage licenses. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the fire department for the month of July. A total of $8,603.95 was collected in fire fees. There were 78 total inspections, 193 total incidents, 1 type 1 permit issued, and EMS fees for the month of July, $26,680.04. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the tax collector for the month of July. A total of $272,219.55 was collected in taxes, and for sewer rentals, $13,557. I'd like to report that the tax bills were mailed out last week. The due date has been, the actual grace period has been extended until August the 24th. That is the due date for the tax bills. If not paid by that date, then the interest reverts back to August the 1st as per statute. And also the tax sale is going to be October the 20th. I set that all up today. And this will be the first year of our using the electronic form of the tax sale. And that was set in stone today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the reports as written?
I so move. I second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion's carried. Public hearings, we have 4 ordinance tonight. These are all for final readings. We have ordinance 15-15, is ordinance amending chapter 153-1 and 153-3 fees. Choices there. These are just the fees for the electronic tax sale.
That's in there, yes.
This is for the tax sale. Is there a motion?
That's one of the things in there.
I'll make a
Tax
motion.
sale plus the EMS fees.
And the EMS, I apologize.
I'll make a motion to adopt on final reading and advertise according to law.
Oh, no, this is public hearing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this portion.
I'm sorry, I went out of order. Public hearings. I did say that first. Okay, this portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance in regards to the fees for the electronic tax sale or for the EMS, please come to the microphone. Seeing no one, is there a motion to close the public portion?
I so move. I second that motion.
Okay, motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, none opposed. Okay, the public portion is closed. Now can we have a motion to approve?
I will make a motion to approve ordinance 1515 on final reading and advertise according to law.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
The ordinance is now adopted. Ordinance 15-16 is an ordinance authorizing the addition of a car video policy and amending the police rules and regulations. We have begun putting video cameras in our police cars. We have one currently, and this adopts a policy to regulate that. This portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance, please come to the microphone. Seeing no one, can I have a motion to close the public portion?
I make a motion to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, public portion is closed. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion to adopt on final reading and advertise according to law.
Okay, is there a
I'll
second?
second that motion to adopt on
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
Okay, this ordinance is adopted. Ordinance 15-17 is an ordinance amending Article 7, Chapter 106-16, Vehicles and Traffic, Scheduled Parking During Certain Hours. This is the no parking at
3rd item.
3rd Avenue. This portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance, please come to the microphone, state your name and address. Seeing no one, is there a motion to close the public portion?
I so move. I second that.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public portion is closed. Is there a motion to
I'll
adopt?
make a motion to adopt on final reading and advertise according to law. I'll second that.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Mr. Farrell. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
Okay. This ordinance is adopted. Ordinance 15-18 is an ordinance amending Article 7, Chapter 106-15, Vehicles and Traffic Schedule 1, Parking on Certain Streets. This is now the other street, correct?
Evesham Road.
This is Evesham Road. This portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance, please come to the microphone. Seeing no one, is there a motion to close the public portion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Passio. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Public portion is closed. Is there a motion?
Motion to adopt on final reading and advertise according to law.
Is there a second?
I second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Farrell, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
Okay, this ordinance is adopted. We'll move right on to committee reports. Finance, Mr. Rivera.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to try to get through this quickly, because I have a few things here to cover. First issue is the Finance Department. The past week, or it might have been last week, Joyce, the mayor, Rich, and I had a meeting with our New Jersey Auditors Group, Bowman and Company. This is an annual evaluation that reviews our 2014 financials, our overall performance for the year, and projections and evaluations for this year, 2015. We fared very well. The auditors gave us an overall grade of a B+, which is excellent. The auditors also said our ability to keep our tax rate so low this year might bring us into the A- territory. So we were happy to hear that. They also said that this was our best year in quite some time. Congratulations to Rich, Joyce, Mayor and Council. Keep up the good work. The next item.
Could I stop you there for a second?
Sure.
Do we have a resolution tonight accepting audit? Did all members of council get that yet?
We're not gonna do it tonight because they just delivered the box. No,
5:04.
they waited.
At 5:04?
Well, they knew I was gonna
Fine,
be
Bob.
in today, they delivered.
So no one has been able to review it yet, so you
Okay.
can't say you reviewed it.
Well, we reviewed it, but I agree. I didn't realize that's the council. All right, so the rest of council will get a copy of that audit report. It was delivered not till 5:04. I apologize for that.
All good news. All good news.
But we'll do it, we can do that at the caucus or the next council. Next meeting? Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next item is regarding code enforcement. Rich will elaborate on this, I believe, tonight possibly, in more detail. But pretty much Keith Knight has brought to my attention that he's having some trouble keeping up with the workload at times regarding code enforcement, and he could use a hand in this area. For example, return visits on violations such as grass and landscaping violations, poor property maintenance issues. We are proposing an as-needed only position, which will save the town money and at the same time make this town an even more desirable place to live. We have already started the interviewing process, and I'm hoping we have the support of everyone in this position. Lastly, as I mentioned at caucus, I put a copy of this, of the proposed Del Sordo Memorial Park, and everybody's been tonight, and everything looks reasonable to me, his return letter. His plans are listed on the letter, and he is in the process of having a few sketches and drawings made up for our review. I spoke with him yesterday, and he said that he will work with us in any capacity to move this project forward. And with all this being said, I'd appreciate everyone's opinion and their vote to get this project moving. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I was just mentioning to Council President Passio, if this is something that needs to be done in the August caucus, we could do those things. That will expedite both the audit and that appointment process.
Is there a first reading or how's that?
For an appointment, it's not. It would be part of an existing ordinance that regulates that department, so it allows us to name a temporary person under that title.
How about the Memorial Park?
More part's going to take a little more work. I'd like Mr. Wood's office to at least look at it.
Should I put a copy of Bob's letter in Glenn's bin?
You have it electronically.
Yes, I could do that.
Email it, or Joyce can forward it.
Yeah, I'll scan it and send it to you, or I'll give it to Joyce to scan it.
Yeah.
Nick, I have a question.
Sure.
Last meeting, I thought $5,000 was a donation.
Well, let's review it. I read the letter just briefly. I think we should look at it. I think it's still a great idea, but
Yeah.
I agree with you that there's, obviously, it's important for us to maintain this facility and have funds to do that to it properly. So that's why I say we should really review it.
Absolutely.
I still think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's just, we just have to
Yeah.
iron out the small details.
Yeah, I had a concern about the sign and all that, and didn't want it to be too outrageous, et cetera. And he's willing to adapt and do what we need to do. He's going to sketch out his first preliminary ideas to get them to us next week.
Great.
Okay?
So he's not going to maintain, he's going to give us the money so that we can maintain.
Well, he was,
No, the letter will be.
yeah, if you read the letter, we'll go over it.
Essentially going to maintain it.
Yeah. But there is some other conditions. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ranieri.
You're
We'll go
welcome.
right on to public safety. Ms. Kelly, if you want to take over.
Thank you, Mayor. I guess these aren't on, or a couple little closer.
Yeah.
One of the great passions that I've had during this administration has been two things. Community outreach, which we have achieved wonderfully with our DARE program, which is now the LEAD program. Also, the bicycle patrol. So we are doing amazing things with community outreach. And last night we had National Night Out, which was a marvelous opportunity for everyone to come out and meet and greet our first responders and just enjoy a wonderful evening. It was all put together by Chief Paul Daly and his men, and it was a wonderful evening. His great passion is the ability to keep our town in the best possible light. He is very passionate about having the small details met. And, you know, each month I read my report about all the arrests that we do. And one of the things that he gave me tonight was a breakdown of the kinds of arrests that we do on a monthly basis. Shoplifting, thefts. We had 5 shoplifters, we had 5 thefts, we had 8 drug possessions. These are all arrests, and it's all part of the ability to keep our town right at that point where people will know that if they are going to be doing anything illegal, they will be caught. We have simple assaults, that was 2. We have bad checks passed, that was 3, and on and on. And I have a whole page of a breakdown of the arrests that were made this month. And this is all part of keeping our town clean and keeping our town in the right direction. So, you know, the chief isn't here to talk about this, but I really wanted to just say a few words about the kind of proactive police force we have. People don't get away with much in our town, and they know it. So if they come to our town, they do bad deeds, they're going to be put away. Also, on the lighter note, we had a very, very good month this year, a very good month these past 3 months this year by hiring the new EMT full-time. Our calls are up 41%. That's incredible.
Being answered calls.
Answered calls,
We're
up
able to-
41%.
It's fantastic.
Isn't that terrific? So I foresee that this is going to be something we're going to, right now he's part-time.
It's a temporary plan.
Yes, temporary appointment. I foresee that we're going to keep this gentleman on. It's paying off, big time, big time. Our men in the fire department have been to 5 working high-definition fires in the past 2 months. And the apparatus, the Quint, has been in use on all those fires. It's an amazing thing. And if you went to National Night Out last night, the apparatus was on display with this marvelous hosed ladder 100 feet up in the air. It was just a sight to behold. And that's it.
And do you want to do the raffle license?
Oh, yes, I guess I better get down to
Yes.
the business of that. Okay, raffle license number 15-09, off-premise 50/50 raffle, Holy Child Parish, 10/23/15. All the paperwork is in order. And I'd like to make a motion to approve this raffle license.
I second that motion.
I have a motion, Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The raffle license is approved.
And that's my report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Public events, Ms. Passio.
I want to say a few things on National Night. Oh, geez, thank you so much. National Night Out was a great success last night, and it brought our community together. There's a lot of thank yous and appreciations go out to the vendors who donated so much of their time. We had great food out there, we had great fun and great music. It was just a great night all the way around. And I do want to say congratulations to Paul on his 25 years here in Runnemede, and he does do a really great job of putting National Night together, and I can't say enough about that. Also, Public Works, they did a great job in setting up and taking down. They were told to be there at 4, they've been there at 4 o'clock, right on the top. And also, I do want to thank one of the Public Works for picking up our seniors and taking care of our seniors. Also, we do have a newsletter that will be coming out soon to every home, correct, Mayor? We do have a few more things to work out, and then production hopefully will begin. And I hope everyone will enjoy it. And I want everybody to remember that we are always open for suggestions. So if you have any really good suggestions on how to make our newsletter better, we want to hear from you. Also, I have something from Camden County Freeholders. There is Pet for Vets. This has been around, I would say, I think it started maybe last year. And it's presented by the Camden County Board of Freeholders, and it's Sheltered Pets Make Great Companions. The county announced that there's a new program for active military reservists and veterans to adopt a pet. An adoption is free for any one of these military active reservists or veterans. And the participating shelters are Camden County Animal Shelter, Animal Welfare Association, Animal Adoption Center, and Voorhees Animal Orphanage. So if you're really interested in having a pet and getting a pet, please go to one of the adoption centers. There's so many pets out there, and for the vets, and I do believe for the seniors also, the fee is very low. But for the seniors, for the veterans, it is free. So go out there and look at a pet if you're really interested. And with that, this concludes my report.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, thank you, Patty. That was a great report. Mr. Mayor, can I just add a letter that I got from Sergeant Murray?
Certainly.
This past weekend concludes our bike patrols for the first half of the summer. Attached is a spreadsheet containing dates worked, salaries paid, arrests, and tickets. With a total of 13 arrests, Bike Patrol produced an arrest 50% of the time. 6 arrests were for drug possession. The other 7 were quality of life issues. More importantly, the positive feedback from the residents is priceless. The residents love seeing the men out there on bikes. I want to thank you for your support, and I'm looking forward to very productive bike patrols in September. And that's from Sergeant Murray. He's in charge of the bike patrol. Again, community outreach. It's all about community outreach and making our town better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Engineering.
Thank you, Mayor. Right now, engineering's in a slow period. They had a report that we acquired buildings next door from Borough Hall, waiting on demo and waiting on some road projects. This fall, things will be picking up, demo and hopefully Oakland Avenue. So we're still waiting on that. All the rest of
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Elaborate just slightly on the buildings, just to make it clear what the intent of council, Mr. Farrell was lead on this. There's always been a need for additional public parking on the Black Horse Pike, as everyone remembers. In the past 10 years, we lost a lot of the parking, and so this is one way that we feel that we can eliminate some of the blighted buildings, which were identified, and then not only allow for public parking, but also allow to help the borough out. Because as many of you know, when you come into this building, you must park very far away and walk all the way up to the door. So hopefully this will alleviate a shorter route for those who need to come to the front office and beautify the Black Horse Pike. We're going to do our best to communicate this to the residents, because we know that it's not always easy to let everybody know what's going on. So we're going to put some signs in the windows of the buildings next door so people know what's coming. So obviously, for all of you who are here and anybody watching, we're going to raise the buildings, put in a public parking area that'll be for our businesses and also for the use of this building and for our handicap.
Mayor, how many handicap will we have?
This might be handicap, whatever we're required by the size of the building. I think at this point we're required 3.
Okay.
But I think total spaces, we're looking at approximately 29 was the roundabout number. And then ease of access from the Black Horse Pike. I think the borough doesn't do a real good job of having visibility on the Black Horse Pike. You can drive right past us, and then even on Clemens Ridge Road.
Well, we'll have beautiful signage, I'm sure.
We'll have signage that will also be part of the package and all the landscaping. So Ms. Patsy always says we have to communicate, so one thing our newsletter will hopefully do. But these meetings, not enough people show up to them. We appreciate anybody who comes out, but obviously we're trying to.
Thank you, Val.
Thank you, Val. Okay, we'll continue. Public Works, Ms. Moore gave a report that Ms. Pinto will read.
This is from Beverly. We have hired 2 new employees as temporary laborers. It's been nice to have the extra hands in the department. The dog park was cleaned up and remulched, hoping to get a regular schedule for the maintenance of the playgrounds and the public spaces so that they can be taken care of on a regular basis. The summer reading program at the library was a great success. There were a total of 50 children that participated. Please check out the library website for upcoming programs. I urge all residents in town to please comply with the yard waste pickup guideline that the borough has put into place. Branches need to be cut and bundled, and all grass clippings need to be placed in either the brown waste bags or an open can. If any resident is in need of a recycling can, please contact the Public Works Department at 931-0646. Which I don't know how, are we still using that number, Rich?
Yes.
We are, okay. Or you can request it on the borough's webpage under comments and concerns. Maintenance of empty houses continues. Please understand that if a home in your neighborhood is in need of the grass being cut, it is more than likely on our list. The long overdue trash truck is scheduled to arrive in late August. Thank you. She also asked me to remind everyone that if you have a street light outage in your neighborhood, I have access to PSE&G. What I need is I need an address, a pole number, and the nearest cross street. So if you can put that in through, again, go to our website and do the admin, or just email admin@runnemede.org, and I am able to put it through to PSE&G. And I don't know how long it takes them to do it, and they're supposed to update you, but they never do. So I have to guess if it's been done.
They're getting there.
But anyway, I was told to remind everybody about that. And that's all that I have about it.
Thank you, Ms. Pinto. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Root is not here this evening. He's actually representing the borough. He's at a Rotary function with Fight for Hunger and Strikeout. He's at this evening. Administrator's report. Mr. Wright was very kind to leave his vacation and come here just for this meeting. because he wants to keep an eye on us. He was in Hawaii and he came back.
Much appreciated, much appreciated.
Pharaoh's here, Jim.
The Bears Legion. Jen to come.
Actually, it's a payroll week, it's a check week. Had to check. But basically, I rely on my report from caucus, like to, I guess, compliment the department on the audit report. It's more than just the folks at the
Speaking of the
staff makes it happen. We've made some changes over the past couple of years. They've been very helpful. There's just with the we run through cycles. Basically, we've attrition and we brought in part-timers. We rely heavily on the computers these days. We have much fewer staff members we had in the past, so you hit crunch periods. And unfortunately, when you hit those crunch periods, you're going to do one or two things at a time. So the extra staff is definitely a big difference for us, and that's showing the results in the audit report. I'll give you a little blurb when we do the acceptance at the next meeting. The list is still continuing. I sent a notice for the cutting of the properties. I think you might have touched on that, Director, at the beginning. I did send an email to the vendor tonight telling them that they do not have the capability to do a full cut of the list within a 7-day period. We would split the list, we're not hoping to cut them out. But our goal is to hit all the properties ASAP. I actually expected the list to be done tonight, but, it was not here to talk about it. So, other than that, it's a report progress.
Do you think at the next meeting we'll be able to use our new screens to allow the public to see our audit report and things like that?
If you would like a show and tell.
I think
Yeah,
yes.
that'd be great.
General meeting
Maybe
or
we can make
general
something that
meeting?
would take 5 minutes, last 30. not a
Well, you
problem.
Yeah.
If the September meeting would be the audit, is that we can't do it at the caucus, would have to be the next formal meeting? Yeah, we'll do it at the next formal meeting, and this way we can show everybody. And obviously, this is another format that we're trying to use both to help our courtroom and to help those who come to the meetings and for members of council to see what's going on clearly using these screens, which I think was a great improvement.
In addition, departmental training, anything that
Yes.
departments have to be updated and educated, it's going to be fantastic to use this.
Will the court use the films from the video cameras that are in the cars? Will they be?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
What's the
Judge
story?
Trebosh, any drunk driving trial, Judge Trebosh will need to view the dash cam. It will go on the video and it'll be open for open court. So everybody can see what happened with the officer. Very transparent.
Very
Will we have
transparent.
video cameras in the cars now?
Yeah.
Just the one so far, right?
Two. Yeah,
Two?
two.
I
I'm
apologize.
still waiting for my stickers. So.
You're waiting for your stickers, okay. I did forget that. You're right, I did
So
forget.
they will get used.
I believe so.
Both screens will be used.
In our training, which we are required to have much training for our employees. Okay, so Administrator, thank you. Solicitor review.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have anything to report this evening.
Okay.
Thank you.
Engineers report. Mr.
Mr.
Page.
Mayor. I submitted a written report prior to last week's caucus meeting, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to be here. It's my understanding that Steve Bach went over the report, so I don't have anything to add to that. However, we are going to be re-advertising the Stanley Avenue project with the base bid and 2 alternates. Bids came in higher than we thought they were. Going to, part of the problem is a small project, it's hard to estimate the overall cost. And then we're going to be advertising South Oakland Avenue. Both of those projects should be advertised hopefully by the end of next week, and we can get them awarded either the caucus or possibly at the September meeting.
And you are aware we purchased the buildings on Friday.
And to elaborate on that, Steve Bach had some preliminary discussions with DOT, and we're investigating the possibility of having an entrance right off of the pipe into the parking lot. That would open it up, but the problem with doing that is that you're going to lose some spaces. So we're just going to find out what our options are, and then we can discuss it with the engineering committee and see what the borough wants to proceed with.
Would that be in addition to, excuse me, to the side road?
Yes.
Okay.
And there might be some limitations, and you could only come out, and then when you leave, you could only make a right turn out of the parking lot. They may limit left turns out. So we've had some preliminary discussions with them on that.
Now, if we just keep the entrance on the side street, they would only be able to make the one turn anyhow because it's a one-way. So I don't know if the.
But there was
the-
Mr. Bach's argument when he was looking at it was that it would give it more visibility of the parking lot, so that the entrance.
How many spaces would we lose?
It's unknown at this point.
Right, depends how wide we have to make the entrance. If we want to just have a right turnout, it'd be narrower. It's just things we're looking at right now in the preliminary basis, and we'll discuss it with the engineering committee. and see what we
I'm
can do.
really happy.
Well, we'll have to see something
It would
first.
alleviate some of the traffic trying to get out of all those spaces, on the Blackbird Street.
Yeah, and then demolition, obviously our goal was to get the demolition bid out.
Some testing for some materials for how we're going to do the demolition, but that's scheduled, I think, for 12 out of the.
And Mr. Laverty has the keys to all the buildings, both if you need any access, he does, and his office has accessibility to it. And Mr. Knight is going to review the building too, just because obviously there's going to be some time that we're responsible for the buildings until they come down. So those two gentlemen are keeping an eye on it.
All right, very good. I'll coordinate.
The chief had asked me to do some SWAT team work in those buildings.
I think that's possible once we get through our bid process, when we know when we're going to be closer to demo.
The shooter.
Not sure when we want to start tearing up the building until we're ready to tear the building down. But I think it'll be a good asset for the police department to use those buildings for some training.
You might also want to know what's in the building.
Yes, we do.
Before you start taking hatchets to it or
Yes.
axes or whatever.
And the fire department, I think, also has an interest.
Yes, yeah, doing some exercises.
Okay, anything else?
So I have a report.
Okay, thank you. Old business, we have none. The next part of the meeting are all our resolutions. This portion is open to the public for comment before we vote on these agenda items. So anyone wishing to speak to us before we vote on the upcoming resolutions, this portion of the meeting is open to the public. Please come to the microphone. Again, seeing no one. One of these days, someone's going to come up and speak to us. You can't wait. Is there a motion to close the public portion?
I make a motion to close the public portion.
I second that.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the public portion is closed. New business, proclamation. Ms. Kento, would you like to read this for me?
Oh, sure, thank you. Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, known as FOP. Whereas state government has an obligation to promote medical research and public awareness programs for the betterment of health. And whereas fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, FOP, is a rare genetic disorder which causes bone to form in muscles, tendons, ligaments, and other connective tissues. And whereas the disease appears early in a child's life and results in painful swelling and the binding of joints over the neck, spine, and shoulder. And whereas it is estimated that FOP affects at least 2,500 people worldwide, with 220 confirmed cases in the United States, including 14 documented cases in the state of New Jersey. And whereas current medical treatment of the disease is limited, and any attempt to surgically remove the extra bone often results in more bone formation. And whereas at the present time, there is only one known research institution worldwide, the University of Pennsylvania, currently investigating a cure for FOP. And whereas volunteers have assembled to reach out to mayors throughout the state of New Jersey to adopt a proclamation for FOP research and awareness. Now therefore, I, Nick Kapadas, Mayor of the Borough of Runnemede, do hereby recognize and commend fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva researchers for their tireless work in raising awareness of this terrible disease. On Ms. Smith, Nick Kapadas, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pinto. As you can see why I made Ms. Pinto read that.
I actually had to read that once before.
Did you? Okay.
Yes.
Well, the Mayor's
Under a
Association,
former administration. yes.
I will give a lot of credit to the Mayor's Association through the county and through the state. They try to keep us all informed and try to band us together to accomplish things. Okay, we'll move on. Resolution 15-110, resolution adjusting sewer charges. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
I so move.
I second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
This resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-111, resolution authorizing 2015 appointments. This is a gentleman for the EMT.
Justin Bush at $12 per hour.
Okay, is there a motion?
I so move.
Second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
This resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-112, resolution authorizing an interlocal services agreement by and between the County of Camden and the Borough of Runnemede in conjunction with the Governor's Council of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. Is there a motion?
I so move.
I second that.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. Why is that a roll call? Is there a cost?
It's an interlocal service.
Interlocal service, okay. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
And the resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-113, a resolution authorizing property maintenance liens. This is for, just for everyone in the audience, this is for one property in the borough for $3,600 worth of work that had to be done on that property. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Mr. Farrell. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
This resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-114, resolution disallowing veteran deduction.
Can that be explained, please?
Absolutely. Make it very clear to everyone. The state of New Jersey did an audit of the deductions. This is authorized by the state of New Jersey. They went back and they found one woman in our community who bought a house in 1992. The home she bought it from was a veteran. When she purchased the property, she never let the borough know that she was no longer a veteran. So since 1992, she has been given the $250 veterans deduction. After their audit, through our entire community, this was the only person that they found, they are requiring us to remove this deduction from her property. And that's what we have going on here.
Just her property.
Just her property.
Perfect.
Apologize that you were given wrong information, but it's what happens sometimes. Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Farrow, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
All right, this resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-115, resolution canceling municipal charges on borough-owned property.
These are the properties that you just purchased.
Oh,
All of the sewer and the taxes have to be canceled because they're not collected on that.
very good.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Ranieri,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Farrow. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
This resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-116, resolution granting 2015-2016 liquor licenses for the Runnemede Fire Company, which is a club license for members only, the Vault Restaurant on Plymouth Ridge Road, Plenary Retail Consumption License, and Runnemede Discount Liquors on Black Horse Pike. This is not all of them. Are these the last ones, or are these?
We still have the print hanging in limbo somewhere.
We have one in limbo,
They
okay.
have to transfer and they have to renew, and it hasn't been done. They don't have to qualify.
This is also required by the state of New Jersey, the liquor licenses. So, is there a motion?
I so move.
I second that.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
Okay, I think that's it. Is there any other things? Okay, then we'll go right to the payment of bills. As everyone was handed a piece of paper that says bill
Bills
list,
list.
in case anyone wasn't sure. Is there a motion to pay the bills and the monthly bills?
I'll make
Go ahead, Joe.
a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranieri, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Farrell.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 ayes, 2 absent.
Okay, bills are paid. Good and welfare. This portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak, please come to the microphone, state your name and address.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. My name is Frank Talarico. I own 117 Black Horse Pike. I'm here on behalf of my tenant, Sarita Deal. Sarita is a massage therapist, and she is requesting zoning to operate her business out of our building. My understanding is that they gave her a temporary zoning. I'm still not sure what that means. I know she's not allowed to operate her business. She's a new entrepreneur.
Is she scheduled to go in front of the zoning board?
They sent me a letter saying that I had a temporary zoning permit, but I wasn't permitted the certificate of occupancy because they wanted certain things done, like a shower added, a locker room, 2 separate bathrooms. But I'm the only person using that office, and it's only one client at a time. So there's honestly, there's no necessity of it, and I've noticed there are other massage parlors out here that are working, but they don't have those things. So I was just wondering.
Yeah, the process, and I'll let the solicitor elaborate, but the process for asking for a waiver of the current ordinance would be to go in front of the zoning board. So you would argue your points about why you are different than what the requirement from the ordinance is.
So it's the zoning board, not council.
It's the zoning board.
We were told.
Yeah, well,
We were told to come to you guys.
Well, council, to make it clear, it's not a zoning issue.
No, they were approved zoning wise. The problem is that the massage therapy requires certain aspects within the ordinance that regulates massage therapy.
But wouldn't the relief come from the zoning board? The relief would come from this board?
Well, you have to
Zoning
change the
already
ordinance.
approved it, or?
The only zoning approval that was given
Yeah.
was the fact that you can operate a massage facility in this town. If you adhere to all of our ordinances,
The ordinance that regulates massage.
and it doesn't because of the bathroom situation and because of a few other situations. I don't have the information with me, but that's what it was. You're approved to operate in Runnemede as long as you have all of the
Okay, I apologize.
requirements.
I remember you were aware of this. So where would relief be granted? It would not go in front of the zoning board?
I think that we have to bring it up to standards in some capacity to meet our
Well,
ordinance.
that's our current ordinance. Just like you're aware, change in ordinance is a laborious
Okay, so
process.
there are businesses operating without locker rooms and shower rooms and in the borough.
I can't attest to that, and, they might have been
Yeah.
pre-existing, non-conforming uses, so they might have opened before we had a zoning officer who paid attention to these details. The ordinance that is in question was created, do you know what year it was created?
A while ago.
What I might suggest,
Yeah, you have to
right?
speak up.
Okay. What I might suggest, because I'm unfamiliar with this particular circumstance, and certainly I have not reviewed any documents or the specific ordinance in which we're speaking about. You have that?
I'll send them to you.
Send them. And in addition, I have not reviewed what the zoning board did or did not do. So certainly, we would like the opportunity to do that. And if you can, submit, which I'm sure you have the document, any other additional documents you may have relative to this matter, and we'll certainly review it and produce counsel with an opinion relative to this matter in which they can advise you at that time.
Two of the requirements were that she applied for her license, which she's a little hesitant because there's a fee associated with that. So she applied for the license and this is denied. She loses that money. And she was also told that she had to have a physical.
Are you talking about a massage license that?
Yeah.
I'm licensed by the state. I have my license, I have my insurance, my liability insurance. I have everything. They just said that I had to also apply with the city to be able to operate.
I'd like to clarify. I think the challenge that you're having is the facility that you want to open up your massage parlor doesn't meet the requirements that are required for a massage parlor in Runnemede. That's the only issue you have. So it's really a code enforcement.
But what, I'm not familiar with this in the sense, because most things, if there's relief needed to be granted, it goes in front of the zoning board. That's they're a quasi-judicial body where you would ask for relief. Typically, we never get any
Because
relief.
the building would be unsuitable. And that's not the issue here. The issue is, in order to be to open massage.
So it's the ordinance, it's the law.
It's an ordinance that regulates the
And
actual.
so there's no mechanism for relief.
Correct, unless you.
Currently, there's no mechanism for relief. And to make it clear, obviously our predecessors adopted this ordinance for particular reasons, you know, to have a higher standard for massage therapists. You know, I don't know much about massage therapists, but I can understand why they might want a bathroom and I guess maybe certain facilities to change. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not aware. Like I said, typically an ordinance for us, as you can see, we've done up to 17 so far this year. We don't take these lightly. You know, they're laws, and obviously understanding the intent of the previous administrations to know why they did that, we'd have to look into it. But I'm
Well,
happy
I
to.
understand, I mean, a lot of the things have changed, I mean, the therapy is no longer oils or lotions, so it's a matter of, you know, getting changed, and, I mean, we have bathrooms, have a bathroom there, but I mean, to turn around and put in a full-scale locker room and shower rooms.
Well, I think we can allow the solicitor to at least render an opinion. But
I think we have to review everything before we can provide you an informed opinion. You know, as Mayor had stated, that, you know, ordinances are certainly not something that you're going to change overnight. Certainly, if there's a way that we can assist you, I'm sure Mayor and Council would be happy to do so. However, if it comes down to the requirements of the ordinance are not met, maybe at some point, you know, certainly they have the ability to review that as to whether they want to change it or not. But I think we need to see everything before we can I would even be able to suggest that.
And I will send that over to you promptly, everything that I have on this, everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so who should we follow up with? You'll contact us, you'll contact Sarita or myself?
Does Ms. Pinto do you have their contact information or?
the application will went through the zoning
application.
office. We'll get it from the zoning official.
Yes, Keith would have all that.
Yes, our zoning official has all your information.
Yes,
Or zone.
So we'll have Keith Knight possibly get in touch back with you
Yeah.
folks to follow through.
I'm just surprised that there's usually, like you said, there's a mechanism to ask for relief. This is very unusual that there's not a mechanism to ask for relief.
And that's why I think we need to take a look at everything and really, you know.
Because typically you go in front of the zoning board and you would give your argument of why you would need relief. To say the size of your facility, the amount of clients you would have, the staff is only one person. And so typically none of that stuff comes in front of this board. That always goes in front of the, at least that's my experience, my limited.
Right, I mean, I think you have to take it in conjunction together. You have to look at what the specific issue was relative to the zoning and what exactly they ruled on in conjunction with your ordinance.
Yes. Okay, we'll do our
Okay,
best.
well, we thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Public portion is still open. Anyone else wishing to speak? No? Seeing no one else, do I have a motion to close the public portion?
I so move. I second that.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Patsio. All in favor?
Aye.
Public portion is closed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Patsio, second by Mr. Ranieri. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.